that winning 4 titles is not a big deal. And everybody's still part of it.
I was so hurt, I don't even know.
It's hard to win 1 title. Then 4 divisions? It's crazy. Who does that? What are you telling us tonight?
Can we get some room here, please? Can we get some room here, please?
Can you be there for that one?
They saying you back in December, brother. Is it Gamboa? I mean, you moving up to 135?
I don't know. I'm waiting on to see what's going on now.
Are you excited about the move up in weight? I mean,
yeah.
It seemed like your last fight, your hometown fight, you made 130 very easy. What was it? Was it just the bigger names at 135 that basically encouraged the move for you?
No, it just me and my team that came up. Like, I could go up there. You know what I mean?
Were you a little discouraged that your team made such a wonderful offer to Tevin Farmer and they didn't take the fight? Were you a little discouraged in that, or you good?
I'm off that. I ain't worried about Tevin. He know what he's doing. He pricing himself out. He know he ain't worth over no $2 million.
Now I do got to bring up, bro. I was talking to Leonard earlier. We was talking a year and a half ago. A lot of media, not your family, not your friends, but media. We maybe didn't know your soft spot that you have, but we've seen at least through social media how your soft spot for your daughter. Talk to us about what's that meant for you, man. You and Gervonta, we saw her. Actually, a very touching picture that at least reached out to me was when Calvin brought a kid that survived cancer. You were in the gym with your daughter, with that cancer survivor. Talk to us what that meant for you to be there, not just with your daughter, but to be there with that cancer survivor, a Baltimore native.
It was touching, just be able to, because I missed them. I was in town, but my coach, I didn't know my coach went up there, so I was trying to go to a school that day, when he got out of school, before he got out of school.
Right.
But it didn't happen, so they brought him to the gym.
Right, it was like the next day. Yeah. Now,
so
for
that meant for a lot to me, because my best friend, his mother died from cancer.
Right.
So that, you know what I mean? It was very touching.
Now, obviously not just that, but the city showed you a lot of love, the city of Baltimore. I was fortunate to be there for your last fight, sold out arena.
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about the sold out arena, what that meant for you. I was in the locker room with you, but let's talk about it looking back at it. Looking back at it now that you've been able to grasp it in, what's that meant for you to see with your city, how much love your city has for you?
It means a lot, and actually it meant a lot because just before that, we had the president talk bad about the city,
absolutely,
and things like that. So it was just, speechless. It was incredible. I love to fight in Baltimore again. I will fight in Baltimore again. And, I love my city to death.
Now, I don't know if you were able to understand this, but you got venues like the Barclays in a city of 8 million people. Barclays sometimes don't sell out. You have 14,000 people in a city that don't even have 1 million. New York got 8. Baltimore don't even have 1 million, and you sold out. What that mean to you, champ?
It means a lot. My city love me. And just touchful. A lot of people can't sell out. It means a lot. I definitely come back.
Now you had about 15,000 people come to your city for your hometown fight, sell out. You had 80,000 people at the Ravens game cheering you on. Talk to us about that. What was that experience like?
That's crazy.
That's a lot of time.
Too much time on my hands.
I think that's a Bentley, and that's maybe what is that? A Jaguar?
No, it's more than a Jaguar.
It's more than a Jaguar?
Don't tell everybody that my baby mama's gonna go crazy.
Them 2 nice houses right there. But no, talk to us about the Ravens game. For them to bring you out, the Ravens owner. I mean, we seen Ed Reed at your game, or at your fight. I'm sorry, at your fight the last time around. Talk to us. What's that like for you, bro? I mean, your city's showing mad love.
It was amazing. Just coming back home and just come to you know, the Baltimore City, support the Ravens. Now I support the Ravens a lot now. I've been a fan.
I mean, last time for your last fight, for your homecoming fight, you came out in your city colors.
Yeah,
I mean,
I came out in the
Orioles colors, that orange and black. You know.
Yeah.
Now, last but not least, you got a parade coming up specifically for you. I was fortunate to speak to Calvin. He was in town, well, in Las Vegas at least, with Malik. Talk to us about the parade. Talk to us about Calvin and Malik signing with Mayweather Promotions.
I think that was a great idea from Malik to sign with Mayweather Promotions. You know, hopefully he can have a title fight in like the next year or so. You know, all my people is going up. You know, my brother's coming behind me and things like that. So it means a lot. You know.
Now, I don't know if you able to grasp, but you put your brothers on your undercard, right?
Yeah.
So
I'll be on my undercard again.
So for you to do that, I just spoke to London earlier. He said they trying to sign 4 or 5 more fighters.
Out my gym?
Out your gym. I spoke to him specifically upping. What it mean to you, because you've made a difference not just in the city but in your gym as well.
I feel as though, you know, they're going through the same path as me, you know, because they see what is helping me, you know, so that's not a bad idea, you know. Everybody be under one banner. That's great. That's great for me.
Now Malik just made his Mayweather Promotions debut 8 days ago. I know you weren't able to be there, but did you catch his fight? He had a sensational first round knockout.
Yeah. He looked great. Yeah.
What do you think about him? It's crazy to me because for you guys to come from where you come from, I come from the slums in Chicago. You guys are very humble.
Yeah.
Where does that come from, bro? Because, I mean, you look nice and everything, and, you know, obviously you got the diamonds and everything, but for you guys to be humble, where are you guys able to see the bigger picture? Because the bigger picture is obviously what's important.
We've been traveling since we was young, so, you know, we've seen the bigger picture from, you know, since we was young. You know, so I think that's why, you know, we stayed on track. You know, we got each other. You know, if somebody lack, we're here to pick them up. You know, put them back on track. So I think that helped us a lot.
Last but not least, I couldn't finish this interview if I didn't bring up Lorenzo Truck Simpson. We were supposed to see Truck in the ring two weeks ago. Things didn't really fall through. But talk to us about Truck and what you've seen in him. I mean, I remember when you were on the undercard of AB when you guys fought in DC at the Armory, Floyd bringing him up at the press conference talking about him. What's that mean to you?
We all know Truck can fight and things like that. He's, you know, a little brother to me. You know, hold on.
Yes, sir.
Good, man. Yeah, come on in, man.
I'm gonna call you.
Okay.
Hey, baby. I'm good.
Oh, yeah, you get home. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
But yeah, Truck up.
How you doing? Okay.
I was running.
I tell him.
Bunny, come let me get a picture of you.
I can come see you tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, Truck is a great fighter. I never got a kid out of our gym and things like that, our brother, you know, so. I think he put that a fight a couple weeks ago, a month ago or something.
On the
like
Devin Haney undercard.
Yeah. So I think that didn't go through. Hopefully we can get him on something soon, you know, so.
Maybe your undercard in December.
I fight in December, so that'll be a great thing to do, you know, so. We elevate him, you know, so.
Gotta ask you, bro, for him to be spending a lot of time with Devin Haney, does that maybe mean anything to you? Because, I mean, you and Devin had some sparring. Obviously, you now moved up to 135. He's in 135. He's the WBC #1. Is that maybe a name that you, down the line at least, would be eyeing? Is Devin Haney?
I mean, if it makes sense, for sure. You know, man, I'm sparred a few times, and, you know, it was great work and things like that. So, I mean, I'm all for it. Just line him up. I knock him down. You know what I do.
Could you talk to us about that sparring time?
What
With you and Devin, yeah.
It was good work. I sparred him when he was 16, and I sparred Devin when probably like 2 years ago. Wanna say? No, that was like 5 years ago. That was 5 years ago.
So 4 years ago. I mean, he's only 20 years old. Was you able to see his last fight again 2 weeks ago?
I didn't see it. I wasn't. Where I was going? I don't even remember.
It was September 13th, but nonetheless.
I say highlights though.
Okay.
I say highlights.
Based off the highlights, you say he looked sharp?
Yeah. He looked sharp off the highlights.
So is that a fight you would entertain?
With Devin?
Yeah. I mean, cause he is under Eddie Hearn. However, it's a co-promotion. You know,
Listen, if you're not from out my camp, I'll fight you.
Yes, sir.
I don't care who you are. You're not from out my camp, I'll fight you. For sure.
So
anybody.
So, as far as Lorenzo, Truck, Simpson hanging out with Devin, that you good with that? It don't bother you?
I mean, they got connections. They been in the amateurs together. So, if it's the time being we fighting Devin Haney, I believe that Truck wouldn't be with him, or if so, I mean, it's okay.
Now let's take things outside of boxing a little bit. I want to talk about. I was speaking to Leonard earlier, man. To me, your relationship with Gervonta, with your daughter, is a beautiful thing, bro. Talk to us about now. You just fought in July. You know, maybe 2 months removed from that. Talk to us about the time you've been able to spend with your daughter. What's that meant to you? You know,
it meant a lot. You know, just she humbled me and things like that. You know, every time I'm in town or things like that, I'm not doing that. I always want my daughter. Actually, she would have came out here, but her mother couldn't get her nanny out.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Good, how are you?
If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, from title, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.